it's me, Brooke, here from Paddocks Stables. In today's video, I'm going to be doing my Schleich barn tour for January of 2025, so let's get on with the video. Here we are just going to begin at our welcome sign. It just says, "Welcome to Paddocks Stables." We got some cute little trees, and we have our new little German Shepherd puppy, and he does not have a name, so please comment down below some names for him. I know this video is out before my Schleich collection tour, but since I had my barn set up, I needed to get this video first and then the Schleich collection tour. So the sign is on our wash stall, and on our wash stall we just have some peppermint treats and like one outside. And then we have the wash stall. Obviously it's winter, it's literally snowing, so there's no one in the wash stall. That just has like, we'd sweep it out in the aisleways into there because I'd rather have it in there than the aisles. And over here we have Sarah, and she's leading Bridget, and Bridget is a Chincoteague pony. She's a collector model, and she's taking her to her lesson, even though she doesn't have her helmet on. And over here, next to them, we have Warrior, and Warrior is my 1997 rearing Morgan gelding, and he's just in his little paddock with his blanket. He's got all the stuff he needs, and there's a tack box outside of here, and it just has a bunch of on all my polo wraps inside of it. He's got a sign on his little paddock that says Warrior and a little picture of him like Shrinky-Dink. And then we have a little calico cat outside the barn. So let's go into the barn first, and it just has my logo up here. And this says privately owned horses do not pet or feed, because this is the border barn, so the people that board their horses. So let's go ahead and go on inside the barn. First, before, we do have snow out, and I do still have my Christmas lights up, but I'm not going to turn them on because it's not Christmas, but it would be take too much to do it down. So I just take them off when I do my spring barn. So let's go ahead and take the roof off and go inside the barn. Here we are inside the barn. This is the Schleich Farm World horse stable. There's been a lot of stuff added to it, so it probably is not as recognizable as when you would first get it. In this first stall, we have Greendale. He's my retired Fjord stallion. He's got his little rainbow hay bag. He has a blue jolly ball, a little treat lick, and it looks like his halter he took off. So let's hang that on. He has a little halter hook, or he did have a little halter hook, so I'm just going to put it on this hook right there. And on every horse's stall, I'll just show you his. They each have their own Shrinky-Dink and info sheet, and all of them at least have one horse show ribbon. Next to him, we have Raven, and Raven is the retired Frisian stallion. He's currently eating out of his green hay bag, and he just has his normal food and water. There's a little lamp outside of his stall, and then, yep, that's his little door front. On the other side, this is actually Sundance's stall, but currently in there we have Daisy. She is the retired Haflinger mare, and her foal is laying down. That's the retired Haflinger foal. She doesn't have a name yet, so please comment some names for her. I just got her in my last video, and she just has some hay on the floor and hay in there. But yeah, that's clearly Sundance's stall. Next to here, we have Johnny, and Johnny is he's a repaint I did on the Fjord stallion. He's a repaint of my real lease horse, Johnny. I'll pop up a picture of him. He has a hunter green hay bag, a treat lick, and a little red jolly ball. So yeah, that's Johnny. Outside of Johnny's stall, he has a little bridle, just like the head stall part. And his stall door, I'm just going to show you his because it's got a bunch of fancy stuff on it. But yeah. And in the cross ties here, we have Sophie, and she's with Royal, and Royal is the retired Hanoverian stallion. That's her horse, and she's just taking his blanket off, and she's gonna go take him for a trail ride. These cross ties are handmade by me. And then there's a broom here, and this grooming box is actually Megan's grooming box. And back here we have this little storage thing. So there's some treats. All of those are saddle pads. We have grooming boxes and vet boxes. That holds halters, and it looks like there's a bag of treats, and then another little grooming box. So that's what's in the main barn. As you guys can tell from the main barn, I've added a lot of stuff like bedding, cross ties, and everything. I feel that even though you get the barn, you can customize it however you would like. So we're going to go down our little pathway here outside of the barn, and we've come to Kelly, and she is leading our new Akultiki stallion. He does not have a name yet. A lot of these horses that are new don't have names, guys, because if you guys haven't watched my last video, go ahead and watch it. I'll link it down in the description if you didn't watch it, because you'll see a lot of the models in this video. But yeah, he's wearing like a little America blanket, and he's really, really pretty. And he's obviously the retired Akultiki. We'll go out of the arena first. Here we have Hannah, and she is just tacking up Domino. He's the retired Appaloosa gelding, except one of our little cat Cookies and Cream is just messing with her, but oh well. There's a little tree over here, and then there's some apples for the horses that are in the arena, I guess. I don't know. In the arena, we have a lesson going on, taught, of course, by Brian, our instructor. Here we have Izzy, and she is getting on Dash, the retired Dartmoor pony stallion. And there's a little mounting block here. He's just holding him so he doesn't walk off with her. And then over here we have Grace, and she's riding our little trained pony. He does not have a name, so please comment on some names for him. He's also retired. And when I'm, obviously, if you guys know Schleich, I'm saying retired not as the horse in real life. If this was a real life horse is retired, it's the retired Schleich model. You guys know what that means. We have a small little jump course set up. We actually have Brooke, aka Mini Me, riding the Bashkir curly mare, and she's trotting her towards the cross rail. We have a cross rail, a little vertical, and this like ascending triple axle thingy. And then over here we have May on Sundance. Sundance is the retired Tennessee Walker. So that horse's stall that didn't, this is Sundance. All my arena is actually real sand, and I made it with my parents. This arena is like 5 years old now, 5 or 6 years old. It's lasted pretty well. There is a little pole storage back there, and I do have the dressage letters. Hanging in the corner, trying to stay out of the way, is Megan on her on Spike, the retired Frisian stallion. She's wearing a bareback set and some boots. So that's really cute, and that's what's going on right now in the arena. That's it for the top of the barn. Let's go to the bottom. This is the bottom of my barn. It is bigger because there's an extension over there. So yeah, let's start with the tack and feed room. This is a very odd tack and feed room. I always imagine there's an invisible wall here. The whole reason I made this tack room is because the table extends out to this table, and there's a bar here, so this space was already happy to be here, so I was like, let's make it the tack and feed room so it doesn't take up any extra space. So let's go ahead and walk on in. Here's our imaginary door, and we have our hay storage and some grain storage because we want to keep it all dry. So that's our hay. And then there's some buckets for feeding time. And then over here we have the big feed thing, which if you open it up, it has all the grains and things. There's the feed chart, a calendar. Here we have this lady, and she's just bringing a halter in to go hang it up. We have a plethora of treats, lots of options, some ribbons. We have another kitten hanging out in the warm tack room because it's cold. These shelves have some helmets. And then below that is some supplements, and then below that is a whole shelf dedicated to treats. Here is this one is more based on grooming. The left top hand corner is all of some books and some bathing supplies. The right top hand corner is the some supplements, and then below there is a vet box and another grooming bag. Here we have Sally, and she's just getting a saddle down from our saddle racks. So we have 4 saddle racks in here. And then it looks like there's a spare grooming box. Here we have a step stool, and then this in here is our dog food. There's a little miniature toy barn. Then on this shelf, there's 2 grooming boxes. Then up there we have mostly neck ropes hanging and 1 bridle, some prizes, and then on the bench there's the cat food, and then in the little thing we have a cat laying. So that's the tack and feed room. I did forget about the pitchfork storage, which I did knock one over speaking, so we're going to ignore that. So yeah, next to that we have all the paddocks and more barns, or more stalls. Over here we have the main paddock. Obviously, space is a thing, so I can't make it as big as I would love. I would love this huge paddock with all the horses, but that can't make a pasture that big. Over here we have our German Shepherd mom. Her name is Sadie. And then we have another little cat. There's a bunch of cats roaming everywhere because they're all the barn cats. And most of them do not have names. In the main field, we have 4 little horses. We have our new rearing Mustang Stallion. He does not have a name. I love him. He's so cool. But yeah, please comment some names. Here we have our Shire Stallion. And all of these models are retired that are in the field. Oh my gosh, he had a name, but now I don't remember. Oh, his name is Smokey. Smokey, our retired Shire Stallion. And then over here we have the ponies. who are visiting this pony and eating some food. Here we have our Falabella mare. I don't remember her name. She's retired. And then we have our new little scruffy Shetland pony, and he doesn't have, his name is Pudding. I actually thank you to someone who commented down below that in my last video. I really liked the name Pudding for him, and I think that's really cute. So that's the main field, and it does have a gate, and it says please keep the gate closed. So we open it and then shut it and lock it. And back there they have a water trough and a little mini pond. So yeah. Now over here we have like the main aisleway to this barn and pasture area. This is where you kind of tie up your horse and tack up, and she's also doing it on this fence as well. So the path is a little obstructed right now, but usually it's a little easier. Here we have, this is Kaya's saddle. She's just putting the blanket back on our retired paint mare. She just rode her, so she just put her saddle on the fence, so she's putting her blanket back on, and she's tied up and got a little hay net to eat from. There's some treats for the horses that are getting tacked up here, and this box just has a bunch of lead ropes and halters and random stuff. Over here we have this girl. See, also the people that don't have names, you can comment down names for them too. I love reading your guys' comments. As you guys can tell, I do use them. And yeah, she's just tacking up Marmalade, and Marmalade's one of our lesson horses, and she is putting a bareback pad on her for a lesson, and she's got her grooming box. There's also multiple horses in the arena that I didn't specify were lesson horses, but I want to start doing that in my videos where I specify if they're a lesson horse or not, like barn lesson horses. So Marmalade has been a lesson horse ever since she came here, and she's great. So here we have this other little barn, and in here we have my new Andalusian mare that doesn't have a name, and she's got a cute little cactus blanket on, and there's her foal who also doesn't have a name. They have some food and water in there, and then a hay net, and they're really cute. And outside we have her halter, and then I guess that's her grooming box. Over here we have my new Tinker Stallion. He's also retired, and he's got a hay bag and some food and a saddle as well, and he's looking out for some attention. And then these two stalls, which are more of like an outdoor, I don't know, whatever. We have our new retired Dartmoor pony mare. She does not have a name. And then we have this boy who's attempting to muck out her stall, but put the pitchfork down. I don't know why. She's got a hay net. And then over here we have Sugar. She's a retired Arabian mare, and she's also wanting that boy to give her some treats. And hanging outside of her stall, we have a bucket, and outside this stall, there's an empty saddle stand. Out here, we have somebody's saddle and bridle, which shouldn't be out here because it's going to get snowed on, so that's not a good idea. And then we have another smaller paddock here. Our mares are in small paddocks, and then the guy, so I don't know why I separated them by gender. I don't know. So the stallions and geldings are over here, except over one mare, but mostly the stallions and geldings and mostly mares. So over here we have April. She's the retired Hanoverian mare. She's also a lesson horse, and she's got her little blanket on, and she's in the field with, I forget this pony's name. I don't think I ever gave her like a sure name, but she's the retired grazing. I want to say she's a Dartmoor. She's really cute, and she's trying to graze even though there's no grass. Then we have our little bluebird that he fell. He was actually right here, but he fell. And they got some extra food hanging on the fence because there's not really grass right now. And then they got their water trough. Coming into the new section, this section had always been all my farm animals, and I feel like I never filmed in it because I make mostly horse stuff. So I kind of made it both, and I took out the chickens and the bunnies because I feel like I never used them. So I kept the calves and the pigs because they're my favorite. So here we actually have the vet out today, and he's checking up on our little, his name is Cayenne, but I don't like that name. That's what Schleich gave him, and I want to switch it, but he's also pretty new. And then we have Addison, and she's just watching and seeing what's going on with her horsey. Then we have a jump over here, and then we have some treats for the cows and the pigs. I don't know why they're over here. Here we have our little pigs, so they have a little stall and a run out. Here we have Thug. There's Baby and Penelope, so I really like their cute little setup. Over here we have the calves. I feel like I don't do anything with them, but they're actually so cute, and I really like them. So they have their little shed and their pen, and they're eating their food right now because they just got fed, so they're very happy. And over here we have a little mare paddock. So here is Sky, and she's just chilling with our And she is a Frisian mare, and her name is Moon Dance. Over here we have Zara, and she is actually with her foal, who is a colt. I don't have a name for him, I just got him, and he's milking from her right now. They do have a jolly ball and some hay and some apples because, again, there's not a lot of food in the snow. And back there we just have some tack box storage. We do have one more section of the barn, which is the homemade barn, so let's go there real quick. Here we have the homemade barn, which actually needs repaired. I've been needing to repair it for the longest time now. Comment down below if I should make a YouTube short where I actually repair this barn, because it won't take quick. I just haven't done it. So this barn does have sliding door stalls, but both of the stall doors are broken right now. This one's come off the hinges, and this one, the top bar has broke, but they are sliding door stalls, but they also each have their own chain, so where you can have just a chain and your horse can still look out like a stall guard. In this first stall here, we have Destiny, and she is the retired Appaloosa mare. She's hanging out in the stall. And outside she has her halter and a lead rope. Then over here we have our new retired Tinker Stallion, so he doesn't have a name. And we have this guy, his owner, giving him some food out of a bucket. And he has his lead rope out, and he's also hanging out. Then we have the cross ties here, which this girl is grooming our new Arabian Stallion. And yeah, she's just grooming him off real good. There's a pitchfork, and over here, there's just a bunch of crap hanging over here. So we got some halters, lead ropes, fly mask, and some treats. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoy. And I'll see you all in my next video, which will be a Schleich collection tour. So I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.